Alright guys, so I wanted to give a 1-year update. This is 2021, an update versus my video last year, which was 4th of July weekend in Las Vegas. So here we are again. Actually, unfortunately, I was gone for the 4th of the weekend, so this is the Monday after. But yeah, it's a totally different world here. A lot of the casinos that were closed last year are open. It's really quite a happening spot. We stayed at the Aria this year, but of course here we got Team USA basketball is actually here, and they've been inside the casino. We've seen a few of the basketball players in there, and yeah, it was a really happening scene last night. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Aria was actually closed last year at this time, so this place wasn't even open. But yes, it is like night and day. I'll get a little bit of video of the strip. It is during the day, probably not the busiest time, but just trust me, it is much busier this year than it was last year, as you might imagine. So yeah, this is really the early morning, but there's definitely, I mean, I wouldn't call it packed, but but believe me, at different times it would be much more packed than this. But definitely a huge change from last year. A lot more activity down here, just in general. People having a good time. People are ready to get out and, you know, have some fun again. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. One thing that has really surprised me, having, you know, traveled just a little bit in Southern California, is that Las Vegas seems to have really bounced back pretty well from you know, all this economic downturn. Now, you know, if you hear stuff in the news about like MGM selling off property, I don't think it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with the pandemic. It's they're selling off property because of a lawsuit that has to do with that shooting just a few years ago. That, you know, but that's their problem. But as far as, you know, this town's ability to, you know, to have resiliency against, you know, all this economic downturn, it looks like people are just as ready as ever to get out and, you know, really have a good time. Of course, the fireworks show was apparently the biggest in Las Vegas history, so you know, that's a really amazing thing. Give you a little bit more of a view down here. Again, it's pretty freaking hot out here. This is like, you know, the middle of the day, but, you know, later tonight, which I don't really get out so much at night these days, it's going to be quite packed. People just running right out in front of me here. There we go. I think we're gonna go have breakfast here at the Paris. But yep, I think it's looking good. And again, most of these casinos, a lot of them really weren't even open this time a year ago. So quite the difference here. Yeah, so here we go. A lot of people, it's really checkout time, so people are leaving. This is in Paris, and you can see, like, people are still wearing masks. You know, some people are, or they're not. You don't have to. They're following the CDC guidelines. If you're vaccinated, you're not required or whatever. Not like they check that stuff, but so I'd say maybe 10% are still wearing masks. You know, hard to say. Maybe more. Depends, you know, where you are. But you know, they're still giving out masks here. All right, so here I am directly on the strip. Like I say, it is quite a bit busier than it was a year ago, significantly so. This is not actually the weekend, so it would have been considerably busier on Sunday. The time it took to drive from here to Baker, California, for those that know, they said Sunday night was 3 hours, and that's normally like a 90-minute drive. So things were backed up all the way from Baker, California, all the way to Las Vegas, to Mandalay Bay is basically what they're saying. But people are out here, you know, they're having fun, which is awesome. You know, smells like weed, of course, you know, which is great. You know, on the flip side, you know, I tell people, you know, my wife does, you know, she works at a hospital. She's a doctor at a hospital. Pretty big one here. The Delta variant is on the rise. There are cases on the rise. I know a lot of people don't like it when I say that, and, you know, we personally do not have the luxury of being in denial about the numbers. They are real. They're really going up here. I think they say we're like number one. But I mean, that doesn't bother me though. I'm not scared. You know, you have to live a life without fear. You can't be in fear. all the time. You know, I don't know what all that means. You know, it's way above my pay grade. I'm just telling you how it is. But regardless, this is a fun scene down here. People are having a good time. It's quite busy, and oh yeah, people are ready to go. People are ready to go. We got Team USA is going to be you know, playing next week at the Mandalay Bay. Get tickets for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. They're all in town, hanging out all over the place. I think, like I told you, we had dinner last night, and, you know, Draymond Green, and, you know, quite a few NBA players were in there. So that was kind of cool and actually unexpected over at the Aria. But yeah, we'll keep going. I'll see if I can get a little bit more interesting film, but mainly it's just this is the place to be right now. Yeah, we went down to San Diego for the weekend, and I was really surprised how the place, you could tell, is, you know, had some hard times. SeaWorld looks like it's been shut down for a year. You know, La Jolla seemed kind of beat up. It was pretty nice. Balboa Park was pretty much, you know, it's a sad place to be if that's a place that you like. But, you know, they'll bounce back too, I'm sure. But Vegas seems like Vegas is back, you know, big time. And yeah, come on down. People are having fun and partying right here. But I'll get a little bit more film for you guys and just show you, you know, how well we're doing here. And now here's just one of my favorite places. It's called the Hex Bar, or Alexa's. I actually know Alexa. She actually, her father owns the place. I think she's a USC studying to become a neurosurgeon as we speak. But the prices in that place are actually quite reasonable for on the strip, and you can be right there, you know, eating outside. Probably the most reasonable place, in my opinion, on the strip as far as if you want that, you know, outdoor dining option like that. But yeah, of course, anybody that might be familiar with the video I did last year, all this was a ghost town. There were not people out here dining on the street. It just wasn't like this at all by any stretch of the imagination, you know. And, you know, once again, you know, if I'd shown you this on Sunday, it would be just wall-to-wall people. So this is, you know, really just kind of a small taste of Vegas's comeback, you know, and that's, you know, I'm really happy about that. I was really worried at one time how we were going to do down here with everything being shut down. I mean, we kind of rely on, you know, tourist money, quite obviously. So, but it's looking pretty good down here. But
sure, want to check out the range while you're in town? 20 bucks off.
No, I live here. I appreciate it though. But yeah, I'm always friendly to those street people. I don't know why, you know. They don't bother me now. I talk to them sometimes. They're just trying to make a living for the most part for themselves. But yeah, you know, we seem to be doing pretty well down here. I'll probably have to head back to the hotel, get my food here pretty soon. Heck yeah, people are having fun today. I think I'm about ready to turn it around though. With a little bit of the Mandalay Bay. Not too bad out here as far as the weather either today. It was hot last week. That's it, Vegas is back. I think it's just going to keep getting better week after week. This is another one of my favorite spots right here, most favorite spots in the world, the Monamiga Bee, which is at the Paris. And again, you can eat right out here and have a pretty good little, you know, French-style breakfast overlooking the Bellagio fountain shows at times, you know. But fun place, fun times there. Now Vegas, of course, is a nighttime city, so this isn't even really crowded because this place just doesn't come alive till the to the nighttime. So obviously at night, this place is going to be quite a bit more crowded. These are like your early birds, people that actually bothered to wake up in the morning are out now. So, you know, I'm more of a family guy, so I get out during the day too. But we were out last night. We had a good time last night, you know, hanging out. You know, I don't think I got too many videos for you guys on this camera. I ran out of battery and left the battery in the car, unfortunately. So kind of have to make do with, that's why we're doing this like the day after. If you know, kind of mess my plans up. But you get the point. This city has bounced right back, and you know, we're ready for, you know, whatever they throw at us now. So yeah, come on down here and have a good time. Now here's a little pro tip for some of you guys that may not know any better, but there's actually a tram from the Bellagio that'll take you way over there by the VIPKid at the city center. So that's a pretty good, you know, if you're trying to get out of walking so much, that's one way to do it. It's not even busy yet, but you know, it's gonna be nice. People in line for coffee. That's a must.